Hey everyone, it's Dji Cheng, and today I'm going to be talking about the Ulanzi Falcam F38 Quick Release System. Okay, so Ulanzi did send me this a long time ago, and my apologies for getting this out so late, but I really wanted to spend my time using each one of the pieces so I can share with you my honest experiences. So first, I kind of want to show you guys how fast I can switch from one thing to another thing. We're going to start off with the Dji Gimbal right now. It's going to take me 1 second to put those legs on instead of me screwing it on. Okay, I've already have a balance, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide the camera onto the plate like so. Oh, there. And it's already on the gimbal. Okay, and now let's say that I want to switch to my backpack. All I gotta do is just press the button, quick release button, put it right there, and now it's on my backpack. And now, hey, let's take the backpack off, press the button, quick release. I'm gonna take my backpack off. Let's say I want to attach it to my camera strap. Okay, there, it's on my camera strap. Okay, and then let's say I want to go handheld, just press it. Now I'm handheld. And lastly, if I want to put it onto my selfie stick, or sorry, this is my switch pod, then boom, now it's onto my gorilla pod, tripod, or whatever this could be. And so that's how fast I could switch between taking my camera from being handheld into all of these devices and systems. And it is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so there are 4 pieces to this system, and if you are a hybrid photographer and videographer, I would highly recommend switching over to these. For me personally, I am actually honestly switching my Manfrotto and my Arca Swiss stuff to this, but some of the Arca Swiss stuff I'm gonna keep because some of it's compatible, but I'll kind of dive into that a little bit further later on. But now these things are made of metal, so they are gonna be a little bit heavy. However, it's gonna be built to last. Let's start with this camera strap quick release system. So it actually has 4 mounting points on the corners right here where you can actually mount your camera strap, or for example, I have these Peak Design anchors that I have attached here, and it's actually pretty hefty in weight. So, I mean, one thing that they could have improved on this piece right here was to make it a little bit more lightweight, but overall it's fairly sturdy, and I've been using it for 2 months now and I haven't had any issues. So how you do it is right here where the symbol is, or the logo, this is where you would insert your camera. So like that, and then it's actually locked into place. So when your camera strap will kind of just dangle there. And yeah, and then to release it, you just press the button and then it's released. So one thing to note though is that with this quick release, you just press the button, fairly simple to use. And then to lock it, you actually just pull and you just turn it. That's it. And then now you can't actually press it to release it. You actually have to kind of just pull and turn it. And now it's in the unlocked position, and you can just pull and you can just release it. So one really major good thing I really like about this camera strap quick release is that it's mounted on the bottom of the camera, so that when you're, say if you have a swivel LCD like this and you're doing any kind of camera work like that, it actually acts as an additional stabilization point, and the strap actually doesn't interfere with where you want it to go. And then if you are going to be doing photography, the great thing is that if you are going to be doing, shooting landscape and then switching to portrait mode, that strap never gets in the way, just because the strap is actually on the bottom of the camera. And then if you ever want to get some high angle stuff where you don't really want to quickly release the strap, all you do is just press the button, and then it's just quickly released, and then you can kind of go 100% handheld. And if you want to put it back, you just literally just slide it in, and it takes not even a second. So the next quick release plate we're going to talk about is for DJI as well as Zhiyun, their gimbals. So essentially you would slide this long plate in there, and it's a quick release, so you don't actually have to take off this long plate and rebalance your camera. It actually will just slide right in from the side, and then that's it, and then it's kind of locked. So if you have it just like, if you have this plate onto your gimbal, it doesn't need to move, and all you got to do is you just need to press that button right here and slide the camera out. Now, one thing though that I don't like about this is that they should have relocated this pin or this locking button to the back side, just because right now when you have the camera in there, you can't actually lock it because it's so tight in there, you just don't have any space. However, even though it's unlocked, you know, I haven't had a single issue in any one of the releases where it will come apart. So it's actually pretty sturdy and it's pretty locked in here. So that's just one thing to note. But overall, I think this is a much better alternative to, you know, like the small rig plate that I got, just because for the small rig plate, there's actually still a little bit of wiggle room left and right. Whereas when you lock it in, it's literally just locked into that one position. So the next quick release that we're going to talk about is the quick release plate that attaches to your backpack camera strap, or if you have pretty much any other strap. But essentially you would attach it by unscrewing these 3 screws, lifting up, and then you would loop your strap right through here, and then you would just essentially just put it back together, and then you would just screw it back down. So same mechanism as the other guys right here. You'd slide it in with the logo side up, and then just like that, and then you would press the button on the side right here to release. So very simple. I've used it on my backpacks. The only one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is that this doesn't fit on all backpacks. So you really need to get a strap that is a little bit thinner. Otherwise, if you have like a thicker backpack strap, it's just not gonna fit. And lastly, we have the universal mounting plate. At the bottom, it does have just a screw hole on the bottom, so you can actually mount this to almost anything, just like a tripod head or some legs or whatever it is. And the great thing about it actually is that it's actually an Arca Swiss plate as well. So if you mount this onto your camera, so for example, I will put this onto my camera, just like this, and at the bottom, this is actually an Arca Swiss plate right here. So if you already had an existing head with an Arca Swiss adapter on it, you can essentially just put this plate onto that, and then once that is locked in, and if you really need to just quickly go, you just press the button. Press the button and then you just go. So for example, I actually have a ball head right here, and this is an Arca Swiss adapter plate, and all I gotta do is just take this quick release, pop it in there, tighten this up all the way, and then now, instead of just screwing on my camera plate all the time, I can actually just slide this in, and that's it. And then all I gotta do is just press the button to slide it out. Another great use for that plate is I actually attached it to the bottom of my DJI legs, and essentially all I gotta do is just press the button, and then now my legs are easily unattached. So instead of like screwing on my legs to my DJI RSC2, all I gotta do is I just need to slide it in, and that's it. And then just press the button and release. Slide it in, release. It literally takes just 1 second to do. Overall, I think Ulanzi has done an absolutely fantastic job with this system. I really like it, and the 2 big things that I like about it is that, you know, number 1, the base plate that attaches to the camera, that is really small and lightweight, and it is Arca Swiss compatible to not all Arca Swiss plates, but most, or some at least. And also that I can easily switch from one thing to another thing in literally just 1 or 2 seconds. Whereas with the Arca Swiss, it does require me at least a few seconds, just because I do have to turn that knob just a few extra times. There is room for improvement though, if they wanted to make the system a little bit more lightweight, just because it is on the heavy side. Also for that DJI or the Zhiyun gimbal plate, they could relocate that locking button, just because right now where it is, it's kind of impossible to lock it in. So if they put it towards the back or something like that, I think that would be much better. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see me do more, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dji31.